crisp audio. Reality is an illusion. Reality is mental. Everything that you experience, you are experiencing through the mind. And if you go even deeper than that, you're experiencing it through awareness. Awareness is what is behind the mind. The mind is an information processor. It's a picture generator. But the mind isn't actually what experiences this. This, your experience right now, is filtering through your mind, but who or what is actually experiencing it? Who or what is aware of what is happening in your mind? What does this have to do with semen retention? I'm going to get into it. Be patient. Curb that addiction to stimulation which has been ruining your life. And just listen. Just pay attention. You are awareness. That is your rawest essence. When you strip back everything, you are pure awareness, having an experience. You always have been pure awareness. You've always been aware, and you always will be aware, because awareness is outside of the mind. The mind is what creates time, governed by the planet Saturn, which is where we get the name Satan, the god of this world. Time is the god of this world. Time is a product of the mind, a projection of the mind. But you are beyond the mind. In the same way that you are beyond the calculator on your phone. The mind is just a calculator that you use. You are the one who's using it. You are the one who registers the answer that the calculator spits out. Now, I've been talking to a brother in the community, and lately I've been wanting to dive a lot deeper with the brothers in the community, because I feel like in a way we've inadvertently become just a support group. Right. You know the scenario. If you've watched Fight Club, or if you've ever been at a 12-step program, where people get together and they talk about their addictions, they talk about their problems. Now, 12-step groups are very, very effective if people continue going. If people surrender to the process, the 12 steps. And the reason that these groups are extremely effective is because the group creates an energy field. We all emit energy as human beings. We are energetic beings. If you want to look at it like that. We are all emitting a frequency. We can rise and we can fall in our frequency, in our vibration. If you practice semen retention, you'll automatically start to rise in frequency. Your energy is getting higher. You are letting go of lower vibration emotions. So you're automatically becoming of a higher resonance, of a higher frequency, and you will automatically attract situations and circumstances that align with this higher frequency. Now, without getting too hippy-dippy, 12-step groups, support groups are very powerful when it comes to breaking addictions because the group creates a very strong, coherent energy field. The unity in the group, the single purpose of the group, which is to uplift every single one of the members, to help them break free of addiction. This forms an amplified energy field, which is more powerful than simply going and sharing your problems with one friend. When you're in a group setting, this is where the power of hive mind comes into play, which can be both an advantage or a disadvantage depending on what kind of hive mind is created. But if you surround yourself with positive people who are on the same frequency or higher than you, with the same intention to uplift yourself, the energy of this group will be amplified and magnified. The positive energy, the positive effect on you will be amplified. The accountability, the feedback, the ideas, the pool of ideas which you're drawing on, it's all amplified by the sheer presence of the group. The intention of the group forms a stronger attraction pattern, attractor wave, which can pull things into reality much faster. This is why the global elites get together and do group meditations. This is a real thing. They focus on their dark purposes, but they use the same principle of unity, of resonance, of coherent frequencies. This is why crystals, for example, if you want to understand why hippie people are so obsessed with crystals, it's because crystals are a repeated atomic structure. Again and again and again, the same atomic structure is repeated over and over and over. The atoms are all arranged in one particular direction. And so the energy of all of those single atoms is coherent. It's all aligned in one direction. So whatever effects any one of those single atoms have, it's amplified by all the other atoms around it being aligned in the same direction. It's the same principle with a group. That's the power of groups. Now, groups can become toxic as well. Groups can turn into cults. They can turn in a dark direction if enough people within the group start to resonate on that lower frequency. And so I've been very aware with the community, with the Sons of God community, that we don't fall into patterns of apathy, of being overly sympathetic to people's weaknesses to the point where we start getting pulled down into that lower frequency ourselves. If you want to help someone, yes, if you're pulling someone out of a ditch, you have to get into the ditch with them so that you can then pull them out, right? You can't always reach someone from the top of the ditch. You have to actually get into the ditch sometimes so that you can pull them out of the ditch. The problem is, if you stay in the ditch for too long and you stay there and you start crying with them and you start having a pity party with them, then you're going to turn into someone who needs rescuing as well. This is how groups can become problems. So there needs to be love and power. It's the same in a relationship with a woman. If you are just all love all the time, just always just pouring love, and there's no boundaries, there's no direction, there's no respect. She doesn't respect your leadership as a man. There's no strength, there's no power, then that relationship will atrophy. She will lose attraction to you. and she will leave you, or she will create enough hell for you that you don't want to be in the relationship anymore. There has to be a balance of love and power. And so recently I've realized this with the group. I need to make sure that I'm challenging people. I'm challenging brothers. I'm not just feeding into their paradigm when they're suffering, if they're relapsing, if they're going through negative emotions, but I'm challenging them and I'm calling them out. The masculine thrives on challenge. The feminine thrives on nurture, on being reinforced, on being told that it's good and being praised and being taken care of. That is how the feminine thrives. And we all have masculine and feminine. However, the masculine pole, the true masculine pole, thrives off challenge, off adversity. So if we want to step into our full masculinity, we need to accept challenges. Because in challenges, we begin to see who we are. When all of our comforts are stripped away, like in 300, when young Leonidas goes out into the wilderness with nothing but a spear and a loincloth, out into a blizzard, and he has to go and kill this wolf so that he can sleep in its cave and survive the blizzard that night. When the masculine is pushed out into the wilderness, into discomfort, that's where we learn who we are, when we're tested. And this journey is all about being tested. Don't get it twisted. This journey isn't just about receiving benefits. Yes, the benefits come after you've been tested, after you have proven that you deserve the benefits. The benefits aren't just because you decided to do semen retention. The benefits come as a result of you passing the tests. You have to earn the benefits. This is the challenge. So more and more when I'm seeing guys sharing their struggles, on the one hand, I need to empathize. I need to remember that I was in their shoes, and I often am still in their shoes myself on my own journey, on the one hand. On the other hand, I need to pull them out of the ditch. I need to point them in the right direction. I need to give them that masculine direction, that masculine challenge. Okay, you're suffering, you relapsed, you got re-addicted to lust, you're feeling worthless, you hate yourself. I know, I've been there. It comes up for me sometimes, even now. On the other hand, brother, what have you been doing lately? What are your habits lately? Have you been doing your routine? Have you been training? Have you been eating right? And most of all, have you been letting go? Have you been letting go? There's a reason that I talk about this almost every video. Circling back to the start of this video, reality is an illusion created by the mind. The mind is a holographic projector, which you, as awareness, are witnessing all the time. All the time. Even when you're asleep, you go into a dream state. That's your mind continuing to project images. But who's aware of those images? Who is aware of all the characters in the dream, including you, your body, your thinking mind, which is still going in a dream. Awareness is aware. Now, awareness, when you strip away the mind, all the thoughts, all the concepts, all the ideas, all of the images that the mind projects, the images of suffering over there and good over there, and I don't want that, but I do want this. The continuous push and pull, craving and aversion, this is all created by the mind. When you wipe that away and you go into deep sleep, you are still there. Now, you don't remember being there when you wake up in the morning because the mind wasn't active. You were just in a state of peace. You were actually in a state of pure peace. This is scary to the ego because the ego wants control. And it gets that by creating this whole drama, this whole dream. But behind the whole dream is you, always there, always at peace, always perfect, content, needing nothing. That's your true state. This is the state you start to get into when you practice meditation. And the crazy thing is, once you let go of the mind fully, you're no longer controlled by it. You no longer think that you are the mind, but you can still experience the mind. You will still experience life. You will still experience all the same stuff once you let go of the mind. But you'll be doing it from a state of total peace. This is enlightenment. This is the final destination of this journey. When you remember who you are the all, you are the totality, you are the dreamer, you are the witness of the dream, the self, God, Christ. This is what you are going to realize, and all the problems that you think you have will be gone. So, if you want to actually succeed at SR, you must practice letting go. And what do I mean by letting go? Letting yourself feel the energy. You are constantly experiencing a stream of energy flowing through you. And because we try to control and restrict this energy, life force energy, sexual energy is another word for it. Because we are afraid of this energy, we're afraid of the unpredictable nature of this energy. We try to control it. That's the ego, that's the mind. We try to hold the reins of this energy. And that results in thoughts. We block the energy. So the energy has to filter up in tiny little patterns, which we call thoughts. Thoughts are tiny little streams and rivers of energy escaping from our body, filtering up to the mind, and turning into concepts. So we are living from suppressed, repressed energy, squeezed into a small box called our brain, and perceiving reality through this suppressed energy, which we call thoughts. As soon as you drop back into your body and start to feel, this is what SR does. It brings up the feelings with great intensity, the rage, the anger, the lust, the sadness, the pride. All these feelings you have suppressed all your life, escaped from through masturbation, through lust, through fantasy, through porn, through being promiscuous, through worshipping, chasing women. All of that energy you've been avoiding, that emotional energy has built up inside your body. And now it is escaping into your brain and you're living through your brain. That's the problem. You haven't allowed yourself to feel this energy. Once you start practicing SR, you no longer have an option to not feel this energy. Hence the rage, hence all of the violent emotions that come up. This is your opportunity now to fully drop into your body and feel this energy, connect with it, let it be. Allow yourself to experience the raw nature of these sensations in your body. That's letting go. That's letting go. You must practice letting go. Start with 5 minutes every morning. All you got to do, it's the simplest, easiest thing. It's easier than meditation because meditation is still using your mind. You're still using your brain, which we've been programmed to believe it's all about using your brain. It's all about being logical. But actually, when we live from our brain and our logic, we are separating ourselves from our physical body, which always knows the truth. The intuition. I'm not talking about the emotions. The emotions are the trapped energy inside the physical body. Once you allow the emotions to flow, I'm not talking about just expressing them and becoming some fucking hippie. I'm talking about once you allow your emotions to flow within you, you feel them, you experience them. Now you are freeing yourself from that trapped energy and you are connecting with the wisdom and the intelligence of your body. The wisdom and intelligence that our ancestors used for God knows how many thousands of years to survive, to reproduce, to create tools, to thrive in every environment of the planet, to adapt. That's what I'm talking about. Instinct, intuition, raw knowing. That is what attracts a high quality woman. When you are a man living connected to his primal essence, that is what magnetizes a fucking queen into your life. Because you cannot fake that shit. You cannot figure that shit out with your head. You cannot plan or pretend to be that. You either are that or you're not. So I'm telling you, the way that you do that is practicing letting go. Let go. Sit, close your eyes, feel your body for 5 minutes. Just feel it. Just be aware of the sensations in your body. This is a skill. This is a practice. This is a discipline. This is what defines you as a man, is your discipline, your integrity, your follow through, your practice, your building of strength over time. This is a macro skill. This is the macro skill of life. Letting go, allowing yourself to feel your emotions, to feel the energy in your body. It's as simple as I can put it. Relaxing your body, allowing yourself to relax. When you relax your body, you're signaling that you are safe, that you are strong, that you are secure. This is raising your testosterone, just this simple practice. This is lowering your cortisol, raising your testosterone, all of those desirable traits that women seek, because I know most of you watch these videos to know about women benefits. I know. I did the same thing. I still do the same thing. It's fascinating. As men, we are driven by that. It's okay. If you want to ratchet up your masculinity, practice letting go. Sit, close your eyes, feel your body for 5 minutes per day, and just relax. And just become very, very connected to your body, the energy that's moving through it. Notice the energy. Just become aware of it. Just ignore your thoughts for 5 fucking minutes. And then build it up. Progressive overload. 10 minutes. 15 minutes. Get yourself to 20. I'm now at a point where I can sit for 2 hours with no problem. Feels amazing. I love it. It's the most incredible feeling. you will get there very quickly if you commit yourself to this process. This is what will take you to enlightenment faster than anything else on SR. So if you want more of this juice, jump in the community. But I'm going to challenge you. This isn't a free ride. This isn't just a passive support group where we all cry to each other and make each other feel better. I'm going to challenge you because that's what masculinity thrives off. So only join if you want to be challenged and if you want to grow. Much love, brothers.